Good morning, YouTubes and Facebookers. So, E here, E's Deals and Steals, and wanting to talk some more about penny shopping. It seems that I'm getting quite the interest in the penny shopping, and I understand, believe me, it is very exciting. So, kind of want to go over with you guys different things today. We've talked about the seasonal pennies in about 3 different videos, or 4. And the seasonal pennies are those that have tags on them with prices, have a symbol on them, have a year on them, have ways of telling that they are going to be a penny eventually. Anything with a symbol and a price is eventually going to penny out. Now, of course, there are exceptions. Candy is one thing. Like right now, the next thing that's going to penny out, obviously, is going to be Valentine's Day stuff. But just like with Christmas, the candy does not penny. Sometimes we'll get a weird, this certain thing does, but most of the time, we get no luck on the candy. So, we've talked plenty about the seasonal, and if you've missed those, please go back and watch those videos because, as I've said, I think those are the easiest pennies to spot and kind of understand. And I think that's what's most important in being successful with penny shopping. A lot of people say, just go in and scan. Well, you can do that, but you're going to spend a lot of time scanning and probably scanning items that are just a waste of time. So I think that learning the process is the best way to handle it. And that way you can foresee what's going to be a penny versus waiting for somebody else to tell you, oh, these items have pennied out. Well, if you're already watching these items and you already have them saved, like we've talked about, then you're going to know they pennied out before it is released to the public. Because there are different outlets to get the penny list. Basically, people release the not surprise pennies, but the list that the managers get when things are going to penny. People will release that information, and then at that point, obviously, people run to get them. But to me, there aren't a lot of surprise pennies because a lot of these items that come out on these lists were actually already starting to go down in price. And we know that if something starts going down in price, then most likely it's going to penny. So if you're keeping an eye on the products in your store or your surrounding stores and you are saving the items that are going down in price, then you're going to be able to watch them and see when they hit a penny. And so technically, is it a surprise? I don't know. That's up to you. Okay, but there are some what I would consider surprise pennies that come into play. Sometimes there's new items that come in, like it might be a pack of 3 different things and one of them is a penny. We've had that happen with a set of pictures. There were some bathroom pictures that were coming into NCI stores, and I think it was like 3 different ones, and one of them was a penny. And then we had another instance, the Home Sweet Home sign, that there were 2 different kinds of those, but one of them came in and was 2 cents. I don't really know why that happens, and people really, they just come across that by accident, by scanning. So there are surprise pennies, but I would say there's definitely more pennies that you can foresee going to a penny versus ones that just pop out of nowhere. But I want to go ahead and show you a couple, I think, what were considered surprise pennies, but my partner in crime and I already knew that they were going down in price. And then I do have one surprise that I don't think we don't know why it's happening. And I want to give you some examples of NCI products. We've talked about the difference between an NCI store and a regular store. And I want to show you a couple examples of how you can tell just by the products that you're in an NCI store. Okay, so we are going to flip you. Okay, so let's start with a couple things that have pennied recently. And basically, I don't know. I think they were referred to as surprise pennies, but this Tonka thing, for instance, my friend and I, we've been watching it for quite some time because it has been discounted. We know this from scanning. We know this from the clearance events, because the clearance events, if it's already marked down, then it's an additional 50% off. So we had actually purchased some of these during clearance events and paid, $1 and some change. Well, in the last week, they have pennied out. So this would be an example of something that doesn't have any kind of tag on it. It's just sitting in your toy section. Nobody knows the difference. I actually just went to my local DG last night, and lo and behold, they had 2 of these. And if you remember, if you heard other videos, my local DG is usually very good with removing pennies. So this is one that you could easily find right now, just in your toy section. And there's this one, and then there's one with the little guy. So definitely be looking for these. And I'll give you the SKU on that. That's 072-447-335-120. Okay. Another thing recently that's happened has been as seen on TV products. A number of them have zeroed out or have pennied out. Now, again, I wouldn't necessarily call it a surprise. Baby, I'll be up in a minute. Kiss. Love you.
Love you.
Good morning.
Good morning. We've been sleeping on your bed, and you take all the room up, and you just sleep down the...
Well, that's why you should sleep in your own bed and not get in Mommy and Daddy's bed in the middle of the night.
Yeah, we like your bed.
I know. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. That's the first minion is awake. So anyways, as seen on TV, recently a lot of them have pennied. And again, if you had been watching your as seen on TV section, which you should, a lot of them had already dropped in price. They were already down to $7.50. So if you had these saved, then you would know, hey, they're already dropping in price. They're eventually going to drop to a penny. And that's exactly what they did. So my suggestion today would be obviously look for this in your Dollar General, but I would go through and scan your as seen on TV section. And anything that is marked down, usually it is $7.50 for some reason in that section, but anything that is marked down, I would save it in your list. So then that way you can keep an eye on it and see when it's going to drop, whether it's lower to 90% and you want to pay that price, or when it drops to a penny. Some of the as seen on TV, I don't know if they really go to 90%. Sometimes they just drop. So you just got to keep an eye on it. Here's an example of something that came in, and I have not heard a reason as to why it's only a penny. And it's actually the Paw Patrol one and the LOL one. Now, like I said, no explanation, but these coming in out of the box are a penny. I have gotten a number of these. I got a lot before Christmas. We did a lot with coloring books, donation and everything. So basically, now I have found, I'm still finding these, so it's still possible to find these. But you want to pay attention to the back because they have started re-tagging them. I've picked up a number of them that have a new tag over the top of the old tag. So I know that if the UPC ends in 49, then it's the penny one. But if there is a tag over the top of this, it's a new one and they've got it repriced. Make sure you're scanning, but definitely look for the $3 LOL and the $3 Paw Patrol because they are coming in and they are, for some reason, just a penny. Okay, let's talk just a little bit about NCI. NCI stores, we've talked about how they look different. We've talked about, well, basically how they look different and how they carry some different products. And I just want to give you some examples. These are actually Thanksgiving or fall. But if you take a look at these arrangements, you know, no offense to our regular DGs. Obviously, I love DG. But you can tell based on the vases, based on the flower arrangements, it's just a better quality. They look nicer. They're made with nicer material. And a big thing that you're going to notice is they're going to have different tags. So a lot of their arrangements have different types of tags on them. And honestly, it's anything in an NCI store for the most part. You're still, okay, NCI is still going to carry all the same seasonal items, those with those symbols, the Christmas items, the Valentines. You're going to see all of that same stuff, okay? But their core items, like we've talked about, core items, ones that they're going to keep in stock all the time, you're going to notice those are different. They all have different types of tags. They're different names that you're not used to seeing. And as I said, they're a higher quality. The seasonal, in addition to having all of the same symbol items for summer, winter, what have you, they're going to have these additional fancier items as options as well. So they are also going to penny out. Now, when pennied out, these did not penny with it, okay? Reason being, I think the fancier stuff is going to be a little delayed. So our symbol stuff is going to penny like normal, but then the NCI fancier stuff, it's going to penny a little bit behind. And the reason you know, see in this one, it doesn't even have anything about fall or anything on it. You just have to know, hey, it looks fall, it's got pumpkins, scan it, okay? Another one that you might see, their bathroom items have different type tags. Now, currently, if you find this tower, it's a corner shelf, 3-tier, for $12, then that is a penny. They have came out with new ones that are shorter, that are only $10. So if you find a $12 one, that is a penny. I will go ahead and give you the SKU. 709-996-818-933. But this is another example of a tag in an NCI store. You're not used to seeing this type of tag in a regular Dollar General. Things just look, like I say, fancier. Okay? All right. So I think that's about it for now. I hope more info is helping. Definitely let me know questions that you have so I know what to cover. We can do a basic Q&A to kind of review. We can do new stuff. Just let me know what you guys are wanting to learn more about. And yeah, happy shopping, I would say, but most of us are stuck inside. So happy Netflix.